So if you want to pick up a gimbal for your camera, you've come to the right place. This is the Zhiyun Weebill S. I've had it for 2 years and I have a lot of good things to say about it, but it is not for everyone. So make sure that you stay to this whole review to understand kind of what's good and what's bad about this and if you should pick one up for yourself. So the first thing that drew me to the Zhiyun Weebill S was the cost. And the cost of it was very appealing to me. I was a smaller creator and I wanted to get a gimbal to create some more spectacular shots, but I didn't want to spend full price for these more expensive gimbals. I know DJI has some, the Ronin, and those ones were just priced out from my situation based on how much business I was doing. So this was a great entry point for me and that's why I picked it up. I thought, hey, I could get into this gimbal. I can use it for a lot of different situations and it holds quite a bit of weight, it said. I'm gonna give it a shot. And I picked it up. I was really frustrated with trying to balance it at first, so make sure that you watch my video to learn how to balance it. But once you figure that out, it's like any gimbal. I was good to go and I did enjoy it quite a bit. I was very surprised with some of the functionality that it had, all the different modes. There was a bunch of different modes on there that I've used for different commercial shoots, wedding shoots, and they've all worked smoothly. I've had to shoot an all-day wedding and I've only had one battery set for this and the batteries were able to hold up. I did one about a month or two ago and I had the camera lens that I'm using now, the 15 to 35 2.8, and that one's a heavier lens. I was a little worried with how this gimbal would hold up with that weight all day when I was shooting a wedding video, and it did just fine. I actually still have the battery lasting from that shoot, and it's just been a good gimbal for my purposes. The next thing that I like about it is it does the proper job of a gimbal and it is very smooth. So when I was using this gimbal, doing wedding shots, doing motion shots, I was able to run up to subjects, move back, and have the gimbal create a proper shot with what it was supposed to do. So I've had no complaints with using it. As long as you set up the gimbal and you balance it properly, you're gonna be able to get some cool shots. My favorite thing is just a lot of movement with gimbals. It creates amazing shots. I'll show some up on the screen here, but there is a lot of unique shots that you can really get you to the next level on some of your videos, especially in weddings, just to be like, wow, that is an amazing shot. How on earth did you film that? And the gimbal is the only way that that shot is possible without being incredibly shaky. So the next thing I like about this gimbal is the locks on here. So I wanted something to be portable. It was important to me, as I said already. But then the really nice thing about how portable it is that you have these locks that you can set this gimbal to. And what happens is when you lock them in place, this gimbal is not moving anywhere and I can put this into a backpack or anything that I would like really fast. So you can see how really useful this is. You can unscrew this tripod here, and this gimbal right now has a camera on it. But you see how tiny that is? Like, I have it locked in. I'm not worried about these arms breaking. I can use it and put it in my backpack. It opens up a world of versatility for me, and that's something that was really important to me. For the battery life, I've never drained it in one day, and I've done a full 10-12 hour wedding shoot, and that was on a 24 to 105 f4 lens. And that was pleasantly surprising for me, not to worry about getting multiple batteries. I would say if you're going pretty heavy with one of the heavier lenses with how much it can hold, that you would probably buy another set of batteries, because I wouldn't want you to be filming something and have your gimbal die and then you're on the hook. So the Weebill does last roughly 14 hours. I would say I would agree with that based on how I've used it. I've never ran out with it during the day when I've been on a shoot, and that kind of lines up. I've been on a 10 to 12 hour wedding video and it's lasted the whole time. So something that's been confident for me to have such a long lasting battery. It's been really awesome. The maximum capacity is roughly 3.5 kilograms. 3.5 kilograms is about 7.7 pounds. So this thing can hold up quite a bit of weight, but you are kind of limited to that. If you have a super huge mirrorless camera and you have a very heavy lens, you might be out of luck, but you're gonna have to do the math yourself to make sure that you know how heavy your equipment is. Because yeah, you wouldn't want to be left out with this thing not being able to hold the weight properly. So another thing I really like about this camera is this quick release mount. So I can quickly take my camera off this gimbal and take some maybe handheld shots if I want something unique. You know, sometimes it gets a little boring shooting slow motion, smooth shots all the time. So maybe I want something real inside my video, say for a wedding. I can take this off, I can shoot something, then I can instantly grab my gimbal back and I can press this button and I'm clipped back in. I just have to screw this on. That quick release plate is something that's very useful and can be very handy in multitude of reasons because you don't always need to be on the gimbal. I use it for its basic functions. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of cool shots you can get with this, and for the price point that you get inserted with for this gimbal, it's kind of a no-brainer if you want to take real estate videos, if you want to take weddings, if you want to take commercial shoots. A gimbal's kind of in all those things. So I hope this video helped you decide if you want to get it. I want to help you out just like I would my brother. I'll see you in the next video.